abandoned their senses as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the Order somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
Yeah?
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
But they're afraid, so they
Or
will.
the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
We have,
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth
I would
the
rather
risk.
go to Redcliffe.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
There is that.
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave,
The same could be said about the Templars.
Of course, it's
True
both
enough.
sides.
Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Oh, I do.
then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider
What happens
other
to
options.
your faces? Your guys' faces are moving.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
I know who the Grey Wardens are, pretty sure.
Grey Wardens? I'm not familiar with them.
They're an ancient order that has existed to fight Darkspawn invasions since the first Blights thousands of years ago. They have faded since those glory days, but haven't disappeared entirely. Ordinarily, their order is neutral in political affairs, but they appear in strange places.
So you're telling me this because...
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot
Of course
ignore
not.
it.
I will look into it.
2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the
Oh.
name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
We definitely need to investigate the Grey Wardens. What? There's an exclamation point right out here. Oh, hello. Krem. Hello, I'm trying. What?
Excuse me.
Oh.
I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclassi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company.
Ah.
We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge.
Huh.
If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Alright. Tell me about your leader.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull? He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for.
Well, there you go.
Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Interesting. Tell me about your guys.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
References.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition.
Ah.
Thinks you're doing good work.
We would welcome the help.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
This is the one that we can find at the Storm Coast, then. Okay. And I assume Blackwall is gonna be another agent. Dang. We're just picking them up quick. Oh, Vivienne.
I met an elven mage earlier. Solus, I believe he was called. I admit I was surprised. I didn't expect to find mages among the Inquisition. Tell me, why were you at the Divine Conclave?
This chaos harms everyone. She took all her cool stuff off.
The war benefits no one.
She greatly
It must end.
approves.
An order must be restored.
Wow.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas.
Indeed.
If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
That's why you wanted to be here. To have a hand in deciding
It
our
is.
fate.
Wouldn't you? For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
Someone needs to have the power on occasion.
If that's true, then I'll put it to good use.
She
I
slightly
suppose we'll see.
disapproves. What do you
I've
mean?
stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you. Yes?
What?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Where are you from?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches.
Oh.
I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there.
I see.
I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Giselle, an advantageous connection that opened many doors.
I've
When
heard
the
him.
position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
Did you marry him?
You're Duke to the Gislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't
I
be
didn't think so.
ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
I see.
And what does the Duchess de Gislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well.
What?
Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
Wow.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
I see. I think the mistress thing would work out in some cases where it's like the wife is like, you know, she is there to produce an heir and to like sort of like she makes the alliances and stuff and she has power or like political power in her own household and in her own right in some ways. But it doesn't always necessarily need to be a sexual relationship, and so that's what the mistress is for. Okay, okay. Oh right, these places are all open down here now. What?
I have heard them as well. Would you wish to have yourself restored?
She's a tranquil?
I do not believe that would be wise. The number of demons present might leave me vulnerable to possession. I might also experience feelings of discomfort over events that occurred while I was in this state. I can survive in this fashion. If I were made whole again, I might not.
It is a terrible bargain we ask you to make.
Interesting. Was that a thing? Oh, okay.
You return.
Growing up Dalish, I heard little about your Chantry. Can you tell me about it?
Of course. Too many think that the chant of light should only be sung by humans. The truth is that knowledge of the Maker and Andraste should be open to all who wish to learn of him. We believe the Maker created us, and that mankind's sinful nature caused him to turn away. With Andraste's blessing, the Maker will forgive mankind once the chant of light is sung from all corners of this world.
Yeah.
Why does the Chantry allow only human women to become priestesses?
The official doctrine is that elves and dwarves have turned further from the Maker than humanity. And as for men, the chant holds that they are more vulnerable to anger or passion.
Huh.
But in truth, it is simply political. Added after Andraste's death, like too many of our beliefs.
If you don't believe these restrictions are what Andraste wanted, why haven't you tried to change them?
Probably very difficult.
Has the current state of the world not taught you the folly of fighting too many battles at once? I chose to use what power I had to help peasants forgotten by the nobles of Orlais. I believed there would be time to address their inequality under the Chantry once we had saved them from starving.
It's true.
There were calls for an exalted march to put down the Mage Rebellion. What was your opinion?
It was ignorant gossip. An exalted march only succeeds when it carries the will of the people. Even then, it cannot be undertaken lightly. People are too easily frightened. We cannot destroy everything they fear. An exalted march is justified only against a true threat to this whole world.
Like the
It is
breach?
an offense to the Merc to use it as a political bludgeon, or as a means of spreading the chant of light.
A pity voices like yours were not louder when an exalted march crushed my people.
Is that what happened?
That is a hotly debated matter in some circles of the Chantry. Your people had conquered Mont Semerd and threatened Valreo itself. They were not helpless victims. But even then, Orlais was the only nation to provide troops. It was hardly an exalted march of all the faithful. The Maker wishes his world to spread by example, not by war. We win no converts with blood.
Interesting.
What is your stance on magic?
Andraste put it simply. Magic must serve man, not rule over him. However, those words must be put into the proper historical context.
I see.
Andraste led a rebellion against the Tevinter Imperium, whose magisters controlled most of the world at the time. Even then, she never called for all mages to be put to death. She believed in peaceful coexistence.
I don't recall the Chantry being as tolerant of magic as you describe.
No. The Chantry is an imperfect vessel, pulled in every direction by those who would steer its course. Yet the Templars rebelled precisely because divine Justinia was not restrictive enough. Perhaps the Inquisition will find a better way.
Interesting.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
And you. Very interesting. Do I have enough room for all this loot that I'm hopefully gonna get? Creepy place. Oh my gosh, stuff to read? Oh no, I'm not reading right now. Elf fruit. I will. Oh god, no, I want to read it. I want to read it, but not right now. Game, you are cruel. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Where are we? As long as there aren't any weird things down here, we'll be okay. Loot. Okay, seriously, this is all that was in here? I guess if I came down here in the beginning, if I was a rogue, I would have been able to open these. Is there nothing in there? Jeez. What's gonna be going into these eventually? who tried to... who had to clean the place up when they got back, I guess. Or when they took Haven back. Interesting. Alright, I need to go to the war room. I need to figure stuff out. Nobody said anything about, like, the soldiers being missing or anything. I'm just hoping that there isn't a certain order to be doing this in.
Thank you for all that you are doing to help.
But it's difficult for me to be like, let me know what you think, because I am playing so far ahead. Because I just can't stop playing. I just can't stop. It's probably late and everything, but it's such a fun game, and like I just want to get, like I keep going, and they keep giving me more to do, and it's like woo. Oh, and something else opened in Ferelden.
Chancellor Roderick came to speak with me. Could you try not to antagonize him?
Haha.
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
So I've got a bunch. What's this? Ah. Inquisition needs bees. Okay. Cult of Andraste. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon. When they believed to be Andraste reborn, both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. This is a task best left to a few select agents knowledgeable regarding dangerous magic. I have just the ones in mind. Josephine can participate. I'm learning what might find in those patches of it. We have enough soldiers for a search. They will simply need to be careful. Nah, we'll use Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, I guess we can open this one. Who is that? Ah, is that Jenny? Who are these people? Other soldiers are volunteers. That's so strange. Like it's not timed or anything. I don't know who that is. Is that Jenny? It would be nice to send the soldiers out, but well, yeah, because who are these people? We should probably have the locals look. Who is this? I don't know. Oh, what? Missing soldiers have been found in a bog called the Fallow Mire. They are being held hostage by Avar, who demand to meet the Herald of Andraste if the Inquisition wants to see its people alive again. Okay, but first I'm gonna end this. That was weird. Is this like another big area? Okay, it just never ends. Wow. Alright, well let's at least venture for, because I freaking need to spend some of these PowerPoints. But I will end this episode here, and then I will see you guys in the bog called the Fallow Mire. Okay.